Weather Kingdom. I know I said I was going to do a video in the morning, but I had some things to do. But we are tracking this nor'easter and the developing. We got some interesting information going into today. A lot of inconsistency in the models, but for sure, we definitely have a very strong forming nor'easter right now along the East Coast, bringing some major impacts already into parts of the Carolinas, even some rain bands into the mid-Atlantic, some showers, that onshore breeze, that cooler air. But we for sure have a bit of interesting data here. This is the nor'easter, and it is looking actually pretty well defined as an nor'easter. I won't be able to live for over an hour, probably like 10 to about like 20 to 30 minutes. We definitely have a very... All right. Just give me 1 second here as we are waiting on some other people. Welcome back, Weather Kingdom. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are waking it up here in the studio today in the afternoon before I do have work. All right, welcome. Sorry about the delay. I was just quickly looking at something. That was very funny. If you guys are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Let's get some more likes and shares. We are looking at this nor'easter here. Definitely in the beginning of developing now a much better defined core. Looks like our core is actually right there right now. Looks to me that we are developing a core right there, a nor'easter core. And the question is, what is going to happen? In my opinion, I don't know. There's a lot of inconsistent. Looks like we definitely got a core generally moving in this direction right now, what it's going to do. My question is, does this actually go a little bit further north and end up more like over here? Because that'll bring more impacts to the mid-Atlantic here. There's still some inconsistency going on as we are watching here of this nor'easter. It's definitely in the beginning developing. Also, Jerry now looks like it is likely getting absolutely destroyed. Looks like this nor'easter is actually taking Jerry and not just ripping it apart now, but pretty much absorbing its energy and making this nor'easter even more powerful than previous thoughts. We also got weather-wise, when we took a look at weather-wise, I mean, this is a very new, good-looking nor'easter that you will see in the wintertime developing and bring a foot plus of snow. I mean, even on radar, it's looking like we are starting to see a much better defined core in this nor'easter. And that is actually right in here. Looks to be right in there is our core. This is our core of the nor'easter. Right now, if you do the math, if this is going north and circulating back, this is actually a little bit farther north than some models are showing in the 12Zs. And I think that actually might be more of the dominant low. And you can see that on radar here. Look at this much more better feature here. We're starting to see this wrap a little bit like this. So our low is probably like here. And this is the line of South Carolina. So looks like South Carolina at this point is long gone from seeing a surface low of the previous. Looks like this one will be wrapping up north. My question is, how far north does it go and how deep in does it get? That's a very big question, and I'm very interested on seeing that. But this is a very tightening up nor'easter that I'll really want to see. We also got any missions in this? No, we do not. I don't know why it keeps doing that. So when we take a look at some of the model data, yeah, the Hurt 18Z is coming out. And look at that. Looks like this nor'easter continues to be a little farther north. If we take a look at 12Z, see, 12Z had the low developing all the way over here. And when we take a look at 18Z, yeah, our low is a bit more over here. So, looks like a little bit farther north and a little bit more east. That actually will indicate that this low could actually get a little bit closer to the Outer Banks and bring further impacts to the north. On the 17Z, look at that. This becomes more, yeah, much more north here and deepens quite a bit. A little bit different showing up here than the 12Z of last run. If you looked at 12Z, it was all the way near the Carolinas. And 17Z a little bit further north, deepening. So that is very interesting. Also brings some major impacts here. I like to continue to see how that rolls. We also got the new Euro coming out. I want to look at that because it's already 3 o'clock. This is still going to bring some major impacts. What is up, everybody? Could see some nasty onshore flow from this. Yes. Yeah, this is a pretty good-looking coastal low. I'm definitely going to be live on this tonight, regardless of things. I want to look at the Euro because I know Euro is out. So I just want to look at this. Let's look at continental. Let's look at regions. Never mind. We're not even going to bother. So, yeah, it had that. Look at that. It had this. See, a little bit different here. It has a piece of energy right here, but then it has this other piece of energy there on the 12Z. It's very interesting that we are seeing that because it's tough. Yeah, look at that. Euro actually circulates. If the 12Z Euro is right, it gets a low to develop and crash into Jersey. Alright? And if we take a look here and look at regions once again, Mid-Atlantic, look at that. So basically this is what happens. That low, and then look at that, it becomes the dominant. That'll bring some very heavy rain along the East Coast and bring some major impact still. I'm very interested if that solution happens because the year has been locking in on that. But the 12Z mesoscales believe that, a lot of models believe that this low will go north, actually hit the Carolinas, that I'm a little bit more agreeing with. Could see some strong onshore flow, very heavy rainfall, and scattered intense flooding. Yeah, and then as it crashed in the Carolinas, where I actually can believe that, and then moving north and stalling off there. That will bring some major impacts. The NAM3KM also indicates that that low develops there, going to the Carolinas, strong low, and then crashes in and stalls out in the Mid-Atlantic. If that's the case, you're talking, if we take a look here, in that case scenario, and I want to take a look at windy. I want to take a look at some of the newest models here. Let me quickly... Correct. Either scenario would be bad. I want to see if the Euro on Windy updated yet. I have a gut feeling it did. Maybe like 20 minutes ago. Or maybe not. Euro. No. Euro has not update. NAM has. So I want to take a look at the NAM model here. What it believes in. This is the NAM that has more of that. Yeah, look at that. The NAM really likes this coastal low. Wow. Bringing 60 to 70 mile an hour winds across the coastal areas here. That, I don't know how. That's wind gust. It does have a strong coastal low. Look at that by tonight. So we will likely be live on this. And then look at that. There's our low. We're also going to be picking up the winds up in the northeast and stuff regardless throughout tonight. Expect winds 20 to 25. Wind gusts up to maybe 30 overnight. Picking wind gusts up. We're still quite low in the 20 mile an hour wind gust range. Yeah, look at that. Some of these wind gusts 70 miles an hour in the Outer Banks overnight. That's why we were going to be live tonight. Probably late though. But look at that. Tomorrow morning early. Found winds maybe 30 to 35 along the coast. 40 to 50 already. There's our low. And look at that. The NAM crushes New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland with some very strong 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. Inland 35 to 40 miles an hour on the NAM. And then look at that. Has, Philadelphia 40 to 45 miles an hour along the East Coast. 40 to 50 off the coast. 60 to 70. That's pretty intense winds right there if you ask me. I'm very interested in what we are going to come back to. This could be very strong wind gusts, yes. Yeah, no, you are right. And the tropics are not done yet. Look at that. As this coastal low continues to move north. I think that's actually the NAM. Yeah, NAM 3KM. Look at that. I mean, you got 40 to 50 to 60 mile an hour winds, and then along here, 40 to 45. Inland where I'm at is like 40, 35 to 40 mile an hour wind gusts. But look at this strong. This scenario will be very bad here. Oh, wow. Look at the NAM. If the NAM is right, you're talking about 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. Look at this. This will be a very bad case scenario tonight. Where are you, if I can ask? Look at that. The NAM really likes a widespread 30 to 50 mile an hour winds. I think they're using the NAM 3KM. Yeah, it looks like it to me. But look at that. If the NAM is right, you're talking about 50 miles an hour all and up down the mid-Atlantic. Right there. I mean, look at that. Wow, look at that. The low just clobbers the areas here for hours. And then it starts to... Wow, look at that. Very bad case scenario if this nor'easter takes place, like the NAM is showing. That's the 12Z NAM. The GFS 12Z. Look at that. Yeah, definitely the wind's picking up. Even along the coast here. This is wind gust, by the way, still. This is wind gust at the surface. Yeah, I would check the wave heights, too. Just give me a second. Look at that. Powerful. Little bit on the easier side here. You're still talking about winds. 30 mile an hour wind gust. Very strong wind gusts along the shoreline, 40 by Sunday morning. A little different than the NAM. This is a lighter scenario. You're still talking about 40 to 45 mile an hour winds along the coastal areas. Definitely picking up. And then look at that. Yeah, look at that. The GFS agrees that, yeah, look at that. That is the winds. Getting pretty gusty along the coastal now. 40 to 45 mile an hour wind gusts there. Winds generally 25 to 30 mile an hour wind gusts inland on the GFS. And look at that. Gets a little bit more gust. You're talking about 50 mile an hour wind gusts once again off the GFS by Sunday night. And then look at that. As we get into later Sunday night, you're talking about 50 mile an hour winds all and up down the eastern seaboard. Also, do you think we could get some major coastal flooding from that onshore flow? Yes, I do believe we will. Also, we will be talking about the tropics after work. It'll be a late night stream because it's Saturday. So like 10, 11. Look at that. Even the GFS still. I mean, look at that. This is at coastal low. Wow. About 50 mile an hour winds almost into Philadelphia. Even in my area, 30 to 35 mile an hour wind gust on this model. And then look at that. GFS gets me up to 40 mile an hour wind gusts all along New York City. 50, Long Island, 55, 60 mile an hour winds. Southern New England, 50. Wow, look at that. Pretty crazy right there on this run. Very windy all the way into Monday, all day Monday. The icon believes in more of that not onshore flow. I do not agree with the icon. This is the HER model, believe it or not. The HER model also agrees here. I mean, this ain't 18Z that's coming out, but look at that. Easy 60 mile an hour wind gusts along tonight in the Carolinas. We will be live for that. Alright, thank you, Michelle. In New York City, the windy starts to pick up. Yep. Likely going to get that onshore breeze really start to pick up. Look at that HER. It's easily likes inland areas 30 to 35, almost even 40 in spots. Along the coastal areas, 50 mile an hour wind gust. Going into Sunday morning. And it does get worse. I mean, look at that. Very weird and different, but yeah, look at that. Her model really likes 40 mile an hour wind gusts average with 50 mile an hour wind gusts with that onshore breeze. We'll look at the waves in a second. Just give me a second. Look at that. Some of these strong winds really start slamming into the land here. 60 mile an hour wind gusts along New Jersey by Sunday night. We'll be live Sunday night too. And look at that. Her model like 40 to 45 mile an hour wind gusts inland with an average of 50 to 55 mile an hour wind gust on Monday morning. Pretty crazy. When we take a look at the wave sites too, this is the European model. European model like 15 to 20 foot waves. Not good. Look at the GFS also. Yeah, you got easily onshore breeze. About 10 to 15 foot waves with a storm surge of 2 to 4 feet potentially. Look at that. If this goes inland, you're talking about 15 along New Jersey, Atlantic City, right here, even into Long Island here, 10 feet. So very, very big waves. I would not want to be there for that. And the European. Look at the European has 20 foot waves off Sandy Hook of New Jersey. That is crazy. So this is still looking like a crazy nor'easter. This is why we are going to be live tonight. Regardless, because, 18Z looking... Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at 18Z compared to 12Z. A little farther north. And wow, look at that. This is definitely throughout later tonight. Not looking pretty sights of this. It's 3:13. We're going to have to go in a little bit. State of emergency in New York City. Yeah, I would take that as seriously precaution because look at the HER model. I would say the HER model has trended worse on the latest run. Look at 12Z. 12Z has it crashing to South Carolina. Look at that. South Carolina. Latest 18Z has it crashing into North Carolina. So the trends are more north. So I mean, really? New Jersey now. I did not know that. Let's go over this. New Jersey has now... Wait. So yeah, for 21 counties, if you guys are in New Jersey, they have issued this morning. Wow, that's crazy. New Jersey government declares state of emergency in all 21 counties due to storm nor'easter. The government declared in all 21 counties storm nor'easter will bring extreme weather conditions. Sustained winds up to 60 miles an hour with localized rainfall. Wow. We are going live tonight. So if you guys are in all along the Jersey's coast, New York coast, please take actions. That's outdated. 2 minutes read. 4 hours ago. Pretty crazy. That Jersey coastline, definitely in the low-line areas. Look at that on the HER. 12Z had the low all the way over here, right? Let's take a look at 18Z. The low is right in here. That's about 40 to 50 miles an hour close to the north. That means more winds, more impacts. And look at that. That thing slams in now into the border pretty much just north of. Look at that. That will mean stronger winds, believe it or not. When we take a look at the wind gusts, look at that. It has, let's look at that 12Z, right? Yeah, further to the north on the latest HER model. That's really not good. Really not good, you guys. More impacts are looking likely, and if trends continue, we're going to be in some pretty big trouble here. Especially if you're along the shoreline. That's a big one. I mean, look at the FV3. Slams into North Carolina. Pretty crazy stuff. We're talking about state of emergency all into New Jersey, all 21 counties. And in the Bronx and along the coastal areas of Long Island, all bracing for 60-plus mile-an-hour winds. If you know, this reminds you of kind of like, yeah, very powerful nor'easter. Look at that. Wow. And this is only getting, believe it or not, doesn't need to be tropical. Look at all that moisture. This is going to be a bad-looking storm later tonight. Let me just get a quick radar update. We will be live around probably 10 to 10:30. Not looking good, you guys. Yeah, look at that. This is that old coastal low. This is that new one. These are the two. They actually... Alright. Look at that core developing on the northern side. Some deep thunders from convection. I'm really interested of the HER. Yeah, look at that. Crashes in the Carolinas right there. Generally more north. Woo! Not good. And then there's still some weird difficulties that some of the models like driving another low right into the Carolinas. That's crazy. Not into the Northeast. That's crazy. I don't know why they're doing that. Because the HER does not see that. Really. At least I think of. Actually. Huh. Actually, it shows it more dominant. Uh-oh. That might not be a good run. Ooh. I don't know. I'm not liking the new 18Z because it has that low pressure also here. And this one's circulating right in here. Look at that. A lot of heavy rain and wind. Not looking good. I'm very interested on radar, especially in the current, because I want to see where that... Now that true low pressure is still looking like that. No, I agree with you, Critty, that this is probably going to overperform than what the National Weather is saying. Look at that. I don't know. It has one low here. I know that for sure. It has another low back here. And it's just creating this wind-driven rain. To me, the 18Z is looking a lot more, yeah, a lot more concerning, actually. Look at that, much more concerning than the 12Z. That means more winds, more mayhem to worry about. Oh, yeah. Stronger winds, too. Yep. That's just me being dumb. Don't worry. High sets SST backload season. It could be. Alright, let's take a look at that. They did actually up the chances along here. Looking likely now a 2040, a quick, looks like another main development region storm. We might be talking about our third October tropical storm. This will be our potential third named storm of October. That will tie us with September. So, looks to me that, and it's been showing on the models and the ensembles of it, this proves you don't need a tropical storm to cause damage. Yes. But look at that. Looks like potentially another storm, another tropical storm. And then this is leftover Jerry, whatever you want to call it. Looks like another tropical storm. And then, yep, that low rider gets into the Caribbean and wants to become a major hurricane and then go out to sea on this run. And look at that, more subtropical development. 6Z here it's been all over the place. Had it getting a lot more there and then going north and then out to sea. It is showing on that we could have two more Cape Verde systems. So we could be talking about 4 names by the 20th of October. Pretty interesting. Icon also likes both of them. Look at that. Icon likes this system too. So 2 Cur de Island systems. I don't know. Not looking too pretty either. Because the ensembles 0Z. Look at that. AI models. Really interested actually on this. A little concerning also. You know, it shows this buddy out here. But this is that low liner that goes right into the Caribbean. That could be an ace maker. No, it's going out to sea. Let's look at that in the Atlantic. Yep, that's the tropical wave they are eyeing up on. Oh, wow, that's a big one. Look at all that deep thunderstorm convection in this wave. And this is Dural minimum right now, so looks like we could be... Yeah. Looks like the Atlantic is not done yet. So after this nor'easter, and we get that out of the way, it looks like the Atlantic, we got a bit more to keep an eye on that low rider. So it looks like October is not done yet. $327. Ugh. Look at all this nor'easter impact. I mean, this is strong winds all along this. Wow, that's crazy. That is just terrible weather. 18, that's 12Z, 18Z. A lot more closer and north bringing more impacts. Oh, yeah, definitely. Look at her. A lot stronger. Oh, wow. That's not good. Her really, wow, the her 18Z. Really bringing those stronger winds. A lot more on that 12Z. 18Z. Not good. Oh, wow, look at that. 31 hours out. You got 50 knots along the east. Wow. That's not good. That low circulates. That's much more sharp. That's crazy. So not good news. The trends of the afternoon, but I guess not. Normally the MDR shuts down by now. No, I am not confirming a backloaded October. I am not. But looks like we will continue with some activity. And that is terrible. Yeah, give me a second. Oh, wow. That's the low right there. I'm pretty sure that's the low. That's the low roll. These are like the lows right now. Wow. I'm interested on the nail model. I wish I could be here for it. Yes, I will like to. Crazy waves I wouldn't want on cruise. I know, right? I wouldn't want them either. When we take a look at the wind gusts, look at her. This means really bad because if you guys are along Jersey shoreline and Delaware, look at that. You got 60 to 70 mile an hour winds pushing all that water on shore. There's actually talk about comparison of the coastal areas back in Hurricane Sandy. Because when we take a look at AccuWeather's weather, they do have high tide. I will have to go soon because I do have to get ready for work for 4 o'clock. But let me see if they show the high tide. Oh, come on, AccuWeather. Stop with these ads. Look at that. Actually, AccuWeather shows, it stays 40 mile an hour winds. But look at that. They have tropical highest wind gusts. If you're in almost eastern PA, 40 to 60 miles an hour. Probably here is about 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. So AccuWeather believes in a lot of winds. But look at that. 1 to 3 feet of coastal surge. Locally 6 feet. And where I would say is that locally 6 feet. I would say generally 3 to 5 feet of storm surge right along the Jersey's coast and Long Island. I would say as of right now. That's what it looks like. Is the bad swells. So major coastal flooding. Look at that. Major 40 to 60 mile an hour coastal flooding. And look at the arrows. Back Bay flooding, road closures, and property damage. Also with the rainfall, yeah, AccuWeather likes 1 to 2, generally 2 to 4 inches, and even along here, 4 to 8 inches along the the Outer Banks. Look at that. Highest impacts along the Mid-Atlantic. So pretty crazy storm now. Pretty major impacts. Major flooding along the East Coast. The storm max is 880 miles an hour. Yeah, potentially 80-mile-an-hour on AccuWeather that I don't fully agree with. 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts along the coast. I would like to see how the involvement happens in the next couple hours. I will go live pretty much all night, or at least up to 1 in the morning, tracking this. So, not good news. Looks like the news has really been not good in the last couple hours here. This coastal low has created state of emergency across New Jersey, Delaware, and New York so far. And if you guys are along the shoreline, they're expecting up to 15 to 20 foot waves with storm surge 1 to 3 feet. Remember, storm surge is what is the average. So a lot of the Jersey's coastline, I'm pretty sure, is about average. So I do expect a lot of onshore flow, and pretty much some of the news stations are comparing the storm surge to Hurricane Sandy. So it looks like we could have major property damage along the Jersey's coast, especially the Jersey's coast, as we got whipping 60 to 70 mile an hour winds impacting the Jersey's coast for not just a few hours, but potentially 8+ hours of 15+ foot waves with storm surge up to 1 to 3, and then a whipping wind of 50 to 70 mile an hour winds along the coastal areas of Jersey, New York, and Delaware, and Maryland. That is seriously worst case scenario, and it's not just going to be for a few hours. We're talking about more than 10+ hours. And also the rainfall, very significant, potentially in some spots. Look at the herd, likes that low too. Does what the Euro does, is just slam. I mean, look at the winds on the latest herd. Really likes whipping winds. Much worse on the latest run. Not good. Hey, thank you for the link. I do have to go in a few minutes. Send that in my next live stream. I'll probably be live closer a little bit later. Oh, buoys. Oh, thank you. Significant waves in the Carolinas. I'm looking at it right now. Already up to 10 feet in parts of the Carolinas. That's 45 mile an hour wind gusting offshore. Thank you for that. We're going to have to keep an eye on this. The waves really, that's actually an awesome thing. Thank you. Can you send that in my next live stream? Thank you. Yeah, 10 feet of waves already. This is not good. I have a bad feeling about this. That this is going to be a... especially on Saturday. I mean, you got convection just Look at that. Ugh, I don't like that. That's nasty. You really got a coastal low developing. Maybe even more than that. I do have to go in the next few minutes, you guys. I can't stay on here forever. We will be live tonight as soon as possible. I don't like the her model. Trended really bad on the 18Z. Much more impacts on the 18Z her model. Also, total precip accumulations now in the her. You got already 2 to 3 inches along the Jersey shoreline. And that's only 39 hours out. 12Z compared to the 18Z is different. And 18Z is a bit more worse. I'm not liking it. No. Oh, no. I'm not liking that low. That mid-level low is really going north. Even more north than the her model 18Z. I can see that a little bit more north, you guys. That's not good. What I'm seeing right now is that low is really not liking that southern solution. You got that low in this area right here. Trying to wrap around. I would like to see by the next couple hours. Not good. I want to see if the 12Z Euro has updated. No. Blam, blam, blam. Not good. Look at these models. Look at this Worth model. Wow. That's very far north. That's into the Outer Banks. Not as bad as the NAM, but wow. Look at that case scenario. Some of these case scenarios are not pretty. I wish they had mesoscale on this. I would have been happy. I think they should have mesoscale on this. But you know. Let me quickly go back. I will have to end this stream in the next minute now. If you guys are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. We will be actually live on this nor'easter later on. So stay tuned. Look at that. Not good news at all. I don't even know what this model is, but We're going to test it. What in the world? No. Thank you guys for watching, you guys. I will be ending this in a second. Let's take one last look at her. And wow. That's just long duration. Look at all that. I mean, this goes into Tuesday morning. Wow, what a nor'easter.